today there was the fourth round of our No Castling World Masters in Dortmund, and I'm here with Fabiano Caruana after his fantastic game against Dmitrij Kollars. It ended in a draw. How do you feel after the game?
Yeah, so I think I'm quite fortunate to have made a draw. I don't know if it was ever very, very bad, but it did feel quite dangerous.
Okay. And was your fourth game in No Castling Chess? How do you like the tournament format so far?
Yeah, it's very interesting, and I'm still getting adjusted to not being able to castle, and I'm experimenting quite a bit in the opening. I'm not playing, let's say, maybe the best moves, but I am trying to get some original positions. And so far I've gotten original positions. Yes. Of course, the results are a bit up and down.
Okay. Yeah, so let's start with the game. As you said, first move b4, probably a novelty in our No Castling format.
Yeah, I don't think it's so bad. I think it's about equal after b4 in many ways, and I thought we would get an interesting position.
Okay.
I just think maybe knight h4 was getting a little bit too original. Maybe I should just play e3 and... Okay, it's an equal position, I think. But knight h4, yeah, bishop d7. Now, he got this idea to play b5, which I think was a good idea, because he's trying to target my b4 pawn. If a5 immediately, then b5 is quite decent for white. Yeah. So that's why he played b5 first. And then we got a very strange position.
Yeah, very interesting idea of Dmitrij.
Yeah, and then I thought he was doing quite well, and I decided to play very risky with g4. I don't know if it's a good idea. I mean, I guess it's about equal if I make maybe another move like knight c3 or knight takes d7.
In the next one? Oh,
no, g4 is already... Of course, accepting that it's going to be a very crazy position.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, maybe after knight c6, I see bishop g2 is given as a slightly dubious move, but I thought it's very natural. Maybe I should play with the bishop pair. But
so taking here.
Yeah, and I guess bishop g2 now. Maybe like this is better.
At least two nice bishops, yeah.
Yeah, but I thought that in the game, this bishop on e5 would be very strong, and he would take some time to kick it away. So then, yeah, it looked very complicated, but I guess he had a good position. Maybe slightly better for black, but maybe close to equal anyway. Mm-hmm. And yeah, then at some point I was quite happy. Like after he played e5 and allowed my knight in d5, if we're already going...
Yeah, okay. First of all, what's your idea to make with your king, just to hide it on f1 as you did in the game?
Yeah, I want to develop my knight. So first I need to chase his knight away with d3. That's why I played king f1.
Yeah.
These are quite logical moves, I think. And yeah, I could put my knight on d2 also, but I decided on c3. It's aiming for the f4 square. And on f4 it looks very decent.
Okay.
And yeah, I expected rook f8 and king g8, but I was going to play knight e2 here.
Castling by hand.
yeah. His king becomes safe, but my knight on f4 is quite good as well.
Yeah.
And yeah, instead he played this interesting idea, I thought, but I thought after e4 I'm not worse anymore.
Okay, so he opened up the position, or he tried to, but you closed it.
Yeah.
Thinking
and the point is that he can't. My knight on f4 is still very good because it's targeting e6, and if it ever gets kicked away with e5, then it goes to d5. Mm-hmm. I was a bit surprised he played e5 here, but I wasn't too worried about my position. I thought it's more or less okay for it. And after knight d5, maybe after knight e8 c3 isn't the best way. I wasn't sure how to approach this position.
So you have a nice knight, but your pawn on a3 is a little bit weak on the
move. Yeah, my pawn is weak on a3. His king is a little bit, like he's not fully coordinated yet. Yeah. And he's going to play knight c7 next move. And then I have to decide if I want to take his bishop, which gives it a bit more of a, let's say, double-edged nature, because then it's a fight of bishop against knight, but his knight on e6 becomes very decent.
Yes.
Or in the game, I think I played very logically, but I was certainly getting a little bit worse. Okay. Knight c7, yeah, I wasn't happy that his position becomes extremely safe, and
so it was maybe a little bit easier to play with black the best move?
I think so. The problem is that after cd4, ed4, queen b3 doesn't work, because c4 is very strong, and queen takes b5. He plays rook h to b8, and queen d5, king f8, and I can take many pawns. Even I can, like, queen takes d4, but bishop c5, for example, it gets very dangerous, and maybe just c takes d3 here. Probably he has other ways. I felt like here I risk quite significantly.
Yes.
So that's why I played g5, which it felt like at least I'm getting some counterplay, maybe with queen h5 ideas somewhere. And okay, queen e5 surprised me, but I guess it's a good move. But still, it looked a little bit unusual to me compared to, let's say, rook f8 or something like that. And yeah, maybe after queen takes f6, rook h3 was interesting instead of bishop c1.
To activate the rook, yeah.
Yeah, I'm threatening to win the queen, and queen e6, rook f3, bishop f6, my rook becomes active. On the other hand, I'm not sure if it actually brings anything. And I really wanted to get rid of my bishop on b2. I thought it's very passive there, and just to get it active, which is why I played bishop c1.
Rook f5 is no idea because of...
Yeah, I think I was also worried, like, if I ever try to take on c5, he has queen h3 check, so even he can maybe g6 and rook c5, queen h3.
Okay.
Probably this is king g1, the king is quite safe, but I didn't really believe in rook f5. Also, if he just defends the c5 pawn, I'm not sure if, or even, let's say rook a c8 or something like that. I'm not sure, but maybe I should have gone for this, because rook c1, I can maybe continue to attack that c pawn.
Okay, but it's another story, okay?
Yeah.
You want to activate the bishop, bishop c1.
Yeah, rook f8, bishop g5, queen e5, and here I was trying to find the equality, but I couldn't quite find it. And a4, I was thinking I might equalize in this manner, but I guess it leads to a very dangerous position. I see the question mark is given, so I'm not surprised that it's a mistake. I was really hesitating how to approach this position.
Yeah, I think Arthur Yusupov told us in the live commentary that you should have taken the queens off the board and only a slightly better.
I was really worried about this rook endgame because my pawns are much weaker than his, and I wanted to keep some
winning chances or counterplay chances.
Not really like winning. I didn't believe in winning chances, but some more chances to keep the position where it's not completely risk-free for him.
Okay.
And at least after a4, he might have to sacrifice some material to play for an advantage, which is what he did.
That was very strong, I think. Yeah, king g8 to hide the king.
Yeah, I think he played completely correctly. So I see that what's marked on the computer is not what I was thinking after the game.
Okay.
I thought he played everything correctly, and I thought here c4 was very dangerous. But now I see that he did everything correct, and apparently he was winning in the final position, which surprised me. I thought after queen h5 I'm surviving. So rook g8 apparently is winning.
Yeah, so the game ended now in some perpetual 3-time repetition after this queen c5, king g8, and you repeated the moves.
So rook g8, I thought rook g8, rook h1 was, but queen d1, that idea kind of escaped me.
Yeah, we saw the engine line here with queen g4 and rook c8, the idea.
Yeah, this idea completely escaped my attention. Yeah, I guess that's just game over. So I'm more lucky than I thought.
Okay. So what to say about Dmitrij, our German guy?
Yeah, he's a very good player. He still, I think, has some areas he can improve for sure. But I already saw him playing in an online event where he beat Ali Reza.
Yeah.
The Champions Tour, and he was playing very well.
Have you ever had a game with him before?
No, before this, we've played like online blitz, but that's about it.
Yeah.
Never over the board. So I knew already he was a good player. And yeah, it seems like he calculates quite well, but maybe in critical moments, he's still not finding the best path. Maybe still has a bit too much respect for us.
For your big names.
Yeah, for some of the guys like maybe Vladimir and I mean, it's difficult, of course, not to have a lot of respect for, let's say, for Vladimir, but still you shouldn't let it intimidate you.
Okay.
So I think he'll improve, and especially once he gets more experience.
Thanks a lot. We are happy to have you here, and good luck for the last 2 of the games.
Thank you.